Might not have even touched it, but he got so close, he got to some bumps and looked like he might have bottomed out.
There's Nemechek. Martin right behind him, and then his teammate Edwards.
It's like Jeff Gordon's wanting to go. Gordon looks like he's got a pretty decent car. He gets right up on the back bumper of the 41 car, gets him loose, and now he's got the spot.
Dave Burns.
24 car of Jeff Gordon just a little bit loose as well at the start, but quicker than the 41. Guys told me the car was very good in practice this weekend, but Jeff, you see him having trouble holding that bottom line, Wally.
Yeah, he almost had the pass pulled off, and then they went in there side by side, and that's the thing. Jeff had to get out of the throttle just
Dave
to crack
the
it.
41.
And the problem is, he lost a couple spots.
Carl Edwards trying to get by on the outside. Martin tried to follow Jeff Gordon, and he lost 2 spots. Carl Edwards got by. Also, Kyle Busch in the 5 car got by Martin in the 6.
Dave, what do you want to get in about the 41?
Yeah, Bill, just that he can run that high line. Casey Mears told me right before the start, I really like the lower line better for the speed of my car, but it operates well on that high side. And you saw how he held off Jeff Gordon on that last lap.
Live NASCAR Nextel Cup racing from the Lowe's Motor Speedway outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, presented by the Principal Financial Group here on NBC.
And see, Gordon was stuck down there in the bottom line. He finally got in line, but he was losing a lot of spots down there because his car was so loose on the bottom.
The 16 of Greg Biffle, the 17 of Matt Kenseth, 2 more of the guys in the chase. Marty Snyder.
Talked to Biffle before he got in the car, Bill, and he told me he was concerned about tonight's race. Not necessarily his safety, but what might happen out of his control. Tires, obviously a big issue. We've talked about that in yesterday's Busch Series race, and Biffle had one go down on his race car. He said, my plan, first half of the race, take it easy and rein myself in a little bit. Doug Richard, his crew chief, said, that's my job. I have to keep him calm for the first half of the race and then unleash him in the last half.
You see Biffle trying to get by the 24 car of Jeff Gordon. Could not make the pass. That's Kevin LePage in 66 directly in front of Jeff Gordon.
Oh, thought Gordon was going to get blocked up there.
Biffle in the 16 and Kenseth in that 17. They are teammates. Drive for Roush Racing. Roush has 5 cars in the 10 race chase for the Nextel Cup Championship. Gordon in that inside groove.
Really difficult to make a pass down there.
We want to tell you that Jimmy Johnson has moved his way up to 29th. Started 41st because of the engine change. Pitted under the first caution. Restarted near the end of the field and has worked his way up into the top 30.
And you see the 8 car, the red car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. right behind Greg Biffle. He's currently running 16th, and he started 28th.
Been watching him, BP. He's been passing a lot of cars since the start of the race. Pretty fast, Dave.
They were very, very happy with this race car, especially after practice 1 on Saturday. That was when Junior was near the highest on the chart, and he came in smiling, telling the guys, we've got a fast race car this weekend, boys. Marty?
Matt Kenseth told me this morning, Dave, the 2 keys to this race, patience and tire conservation. You may see Matt hang back around 20th position for most of the first half of this race. And he said later in the race, that's when I'll go. He too had a problem in yesterday's Busch Series race, but not a tire. They had a mechanical failure in that race. And he said the load on these cars in the middle of the corner with these speeds that we're running is just unbelievable, unheard of, he said last night.
And Marty talked about the speeds. The front row of Elliott Sadler and Ryan Newman broke the old track record here, qualifying at an average speed over 193 miles an hour.
A mile and 1/2 racetrack.
There's Jimmy Johnson in the 48.
Let's ride around. I mean, you can see how fast these cars are going around this racetrack. Jimmy Johnson trying to work the low side right now.
Down the backstretch.
Carry a lot of speed into turn 3 here. We'll watch his car go down. Looks like his car, actually, car's probably pushing a little bit, but see that throttle, he's on that throttle a long, long time.
Double dog leg along the front stretch here. Then into turn 1. Marty?
I was just going to tell Wally, he acts like he's a race car driver. He's a pretty smart guy because, guess what? Jimmy Johnson's car, tight, won't turn, as you said, Wally, pushing.
And that's probably good this part of the race right now.
Elliott Sadler under Ryan Newman for the lead. Sadler started on the Budweiser pole and now has moved his way back to the front. Dave Burns.
Bill, his team told me before the start of the race, if Ryan Newman jumps out there, we're not going to pressure him until we really feel like our car has come around. We don't want to abuse our tires. We saw problems with that last night when we ran the Busch Series race. And now Elliott, now that his car is very comfortable, has shot back by the 12.
23 laps are complete here at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Our thanks to NASCAR. They held up the start of this race, so we'd be with you for the green flag following the completion of the Notre Dame USC game. And we welcome all of you football fans that have joined us for this racing action tonight from the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Tony Stewart under Ryan Newman for second place. They're all chasing Elliott Sadler. NBC Sports live at the Lowe's Motor Speedway outside of Charlotte for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. NASCAR Nextel Cup Series racing from the Lowe's Motor Speedway live on NBC, presented by the Principal Financial Group. 27 laps are complete, and we've already had a development concerning one of the chasers. Ryan Newman has been on and off of pit road for a tire issue.
Also, Kevin LePage in the 66 car that you saw running so well has been on and on the racetrack. Alan, how about Ryan Newman? What was his problem?
Right front tire had a big chunk out of it, Benny. That you see the crew there. They just finished looking over it now, checking the depth marks on the front of the tire. They're still working on it, but on the bottom side of that, there's a big chunk missing from that right front.
And NASCAR realizes they have some tire problems here. They are going to throw a caution flag in a couple more laps and let these guys make a pit stop if they choose to and check these tires out. And I'm pretty sure that everyone will choose to.
They told teams in the drivers' meeting earlier today a mandatory caution around lap 30. This is Tony Stewart in the 20, chasing Elliott Sadler for the lead. Stewart's going to try it. This is where he lost it last night in the Busch race.
I think Elliott's going to give him the spot. These guys are no reason to run really, really hard with each other as far as going through, especially in 3 and 4, especially this early in the race, and you know a caution's coming out here.
And that was lap 30, so I would expect as soon as all the cars cross the start-finish line, hopefully we'll see the caution flag, because I'm telling you, these guys need to check everything out.
We also had 4 laps of caution earlier in the race, so that lap 30 number can fluctuate a little bit. And now it is out. It's a competition caution put out by NASCAR so teams can inspect their tires and make the changes. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has raced his way forward from 28th to 10th. Jimmy Johnson from 41st to 20th. Ryan Newman, who was on pit road under green, is the lucky dog. First car scored off the lead lap. He will be allowed to come around, make up his lap.
And Mike Wallace in the 4 car has gone to the garage area, so he could be the first car out tonight.
There's Ryan Newman. He gets the Ballpark Lucky Dog Award. He gets to make up a lap. Huge break for Ryan.
But a smart move on his part to go ahead and make that pit stop and get that bad tire off, take care of the problem.
Record number of cautions in the 300-mile Busch race held here last night. 500 miles tonight for the Nextel Cup Series.
And as these cars come off the corner, the pit road is going to be open. And folks, we're going to see about 40 cars on pit road changing tires, getting fuel.
Matt Yoakum.
Kurt Busch knows tonight is a huge night, deep in the points, has to have a big maximum points kind of night. The car, a tick on the tight side, but he wants to look ahead later. They're going to really free this race car up. To Snyder.
Eighth place man in the championship, Matt Kenseth, in that 17 car, bottom of your screen, running 11th on the racetrack. So the balance is perfect, make no changes to the car. Alan.
Top of the screen, Tony Stewart, who led a lap, collected bonus points toward the championship. A 4-tire change. They also made an adjustment to the bar that aligns the rear end. Dave?
Elliott Sadler said his car was just a little bit tough to turn in the middle of the corner. Slight air pressure adjustment on one of the front tires, and pushing out a little bit of water from the right front side, just underneath the right front of the window there for the 38. He wins the race off pit road.
Very close. Elliott Sadler and Tony Stewart racing off of pit road. Crew cam, BP.
DJ Richardson, rear tire changer on the 2 car. Tires off. 5 lug nuts tight. Let's go around the left side. They're all off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go.